Hello everyone, welcome back to the Big Bad Bench. My name is John, aka Big Bad Biologist, and today we're going to be working on this lovely Macintosh SE30. Oh, it looks really nice in that camera. Nice. Maybe that means it's a really good computer. I don't know. Let's go to this. So in addition to popping this open and seeing what horrors await, I'm going to talk about some VCF East stuff. But I want to get started on this because I'm really excited or scared, I don't know which, to get inside here and see what the heck is going on. Let me say hi to folks in the chat. We got Trina's Techno Babble, Gut Bomb, Eric Helgeson, Rudy's Retro Intel, Jack68K, Point 5, welcome to the channel, Point 5, Jamie's Hack Shack, Justin D. Morgan, hello. Eric Helgeson says, hey, I saw this guy on The Verge. Yeah, apparently The Verge took a couple of shots of my table at VCF East. Speaking of which, if you haven't seen it, I posted a short showing my VCF East table, so go check that out, or just hang out here and watch that afterwards. You'll see some of my table, my VCF East table, during this stream. There was some excitement at my table at one point when the table collapsed. So that was more excitement than I really needed to experience, but everything was okay. So everything's okay. We can all relax. Hey, Justin D. Morgan. Did I say hi? Yeah, I said to you. Hi. Garth Beagle's here. Bill Goats. Hello, Bill Goats. Welcome. So real quick, why did I buy this SE30? The person had it for sale for $400. You can see there's some grody-ness. If we look at the screen, oh, there's some burn-in. That's kind of sad. But it's okay. We have more CRTs around. They had it for sale for $400, and I was like, hey, you know, SE30s are not what they once were. When prices were really ridiculous, and also this is going to need a lot of work, so I'll give you $100. And they came back and said, how about 150? And I said, no, I really need $100. And so part of the reason I bought this was because you can see the ports are nice and shiny, right? If you see an SE or SE30 and the ports, or any of the Compact Macs or an LC, whatever thing, if it has ports that are on the back, and they're really crusty, you do not want to pay money for that, or until you can pop it open and see what's going on. Sometimes there's rust because of external pressures, but a lot of times when you see rust, it's due to leakage of stuff from inside the computer to the outside of the computer. The thing that has me a little bit concerned, if we look here, there is a little bit of crustiness coming out the side, right? And so obviously with the SE30, we're dealing with bad caps, and we're also dealing with the potential of a battery leakage. And so if we look in here, you can kind of see a little bit of rust on that little internal EMI shield thing. So hopefully we won't find anything too bad. But yeah, if you come across one of these in the wild, look for rust. That's your first thing you should be concerned about. And obviously, if you want to buy it, get the price down. That rust is really awful. So, hey, Vic the Vicar is here. Hi, IRDC, welcome. IRDC says, I'm willing to bet the battery has done the deed. Yeah. Is it rattling? Oh, that's a good idea, Justin. See Justin stickers over here and pins. All right, that rattling was just the screw. Nope, no rattling. That's a really good sign. Rattling can be multiple things, but a lot of times it's due to rust bits all over the place. Hey, all things DG, how's it going? Maraca Tosh, nice. Nice gut bomb. Okay. The screws look nice. Sometimes I get these things and the screws are all corroded to heck. So they look good. Okay, here we go. Ooh, that came off easy. That came off real easy. Oh no. Look what's hiding right there. Look what's hiding right there. Oh, we got battery leakage. That is battery leakage. Oh. Hey, Ian Scott's here. Hello, Ian. Okay. So, got a quantum hard drive. We got, wow, I don't know if that's going to come through on the camera. There's some really cool spider web in there. I might get attacked by a spider at some point here. All right, let's get to what we all came for. Let's unplug this. Rockin' Cat, hello, welcome. Justin says, I'm not feeling optimistic now. Yeah, my feelings are a little less optimistic. Okay. I always forget the SE30. There we go. Pull that back a little bit. Ooh, the motherboard came out already. That's not a good sign. That means someone's been in this computer before. Maybe it was to upgrade the RAM at some point in its lifetime. Oh, there's a lot of RAM. It's not good RAM. Wait, we might have dodged a bullet. What the heck? Where did all that corrosion come from? Look at that. Maybe there was another logic board in here at some point. That's funny. It fooled us. It fooled us. Oh, that is crazy. This thing looks clean enough to power up. Look at that. That is some clean stuff. This is the cleanest SE30 I've seen. I'm not a huge expert on SE30s, but this is way cleaner than other ones I've worked on. All right, I guess we got to get the voltmeter out and see what battery voltage we have. We got to check the voltage. So, you know, when I get these, you know, whatever computer I'm dealing with vintage computers, I do not power them up directly without taking a look inside first. Let's see here. Go. A little light reflection. There we go. Oh, no voltage. No voltage. Rudy says it. Yeah, I was just about to mention. So if you're working on SE30s and you need to understand what the heck's going on, you need one of Rudy's Retro Intel SE30 peaker boards. So basically it plugs in here. It's got diagnostic to show you activity of assorted things, all the data address lines, all the other little signals. Vic says that this looks a little crusty. Yeah, I would agree that that looks a little crusty. We've dealt with crustier. We have definitely dealt with crustier. Oh, does Joe already have them in stock? That would be pretty wild. Let's give this thing a quick little wipe down. I think we are going to power this beast up. Let's just give it a little brief wipe down here. Let's see what happens. Joe and Trina have them in stock. Holy crap, that happened quickly. Hope you all got them put through there before the tariffs took hold, or non-tariffs. I don't know. What day is it? We don't get ethanol on this. Dude, this is not the proper way to fully clean your board. This is just a really quick clean. So this is going to get a nice little bath in the ultrasonic. This thing looks great. What the heck? Where did that leakage come from? Look at that. That's scarcely dirt compared to what we normally work with. This is clean. So these look like 256K sims. I'd imagine these are probably 1 megs. So we're probably dealing with 5 megs of RAM, which is kind of a travesty for an SE30, but whatever. Hello, Ryan. Welcome. Everything is broken garage. Tom Barber's here. Hello, Tom Barber. Got to see Tom Barber. Got to see Ian Scott. Got to see Justin D. Morgan. It was quite the adventure. All right, so there's a little more crust on here than I thought. But this is nothing. This will all clean up real nice. Wow. Is this going to be an SE30 that I don't need to do any trace repairs on? All right, so I like that bottle. Where did you get it? Oh, my little squirt bottle? I don't know. It's just a little squirt bottle. I've seen people use little spray bottles like misters. That seems like a good way to do isopropanol as well. Man, I can't believe how clean this is. Gut Bob says, don't jinx it. Yeah, that's true. All right, so I guess what we're gonna do is first I'm gonna, Eric says there's no way this thing won't boot. I don't know, my luck isn't that good. So this is a good SE30. This one's ready to go. So let's just confirm to ourselves that this powers up. Nope. There's our electricity. Oh, I'm so disheveled. My workshop is a freaking mess right now. I was scrambling to get ready for VCF East, and then when I got back, I just kind of dumped everything. Okay, here's my good one. 3, 2, 1. Got chime. Okay. III DIY cam. All right, we got screen. Sorry, this is. Oh, there we go. Gotta adjust that. Focus. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this is a real for real Blue SCSI. Oh shoot, I forgot to plug in a mouse. That's okay. We're only running 7.1 on this right now. Where can people get Blue SCSIs? Okay, that one's good. All right, we're gonna do this thing and shut it right off. Who knows where to get Blue SCSIs? So this is my good. This is one of my good SE30s. So, oh no, we don't want that. There we go. That's why the screen looks good, because I have. If it wasn't good originally, I have replaced it. this guy in. Slide that side in there like that. Line this one up here like this. Let's get stupid. Let's plug the blue SCSI right into this guy. Let's just do it. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, let's plug in a freaking mouse even. Let's see. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Oh, no chime. Do we get screen? Oh. Well, okay. That's cool. That just probably means that the caps going to the sounder bed. Mouse works. This should be good to go. Rip those caps off. Sweet. Wow, I didn't know SC30s came this way. Kind of sort of works. Oh, this is a first boot on this OS, so it's going to take a little while. Let's see how much RAM we have. Oh, man. Yeah, tariffs are stupid. Lots of tariff talk. What else? Did I miss anything else? Where's I803866X? Hello. Sorry I missed saying hi to you earlier. So this thing's doing a thing. Give it a second. We'll check out the chassis in a moment. Oh man, we'll see if the hard drive boots up. That would be cool. Yeah, the chassis is not all rusted out over there. We'll get back to that in a second. There we go. Come on. For some reason, this OS likes to, whenever I do a new boot, it gets a little angry with me. Looks like the CRT needs a little adjustment. This analog board might need to be recapped. Oh, I already recapped this one. Oops. Oh, it hung. It hung. Oh well. So it's not perfect. We'll recap that. We'll do that in a couple weeks or next week. Oh well. That was close. It almost booted. But given the state of these caps, I'm not going to push that any further. All right, so let's set aside our good chassis and our new board. Let's take this new chassis. Oh. Take the new chassis and our good logic board. Oh, I can't believe that worked. That is so good. Or it kind of sort of worked anyway. Close enough for our purposes. See if these cobwebs catch fire when we turn this on. Oh, well. No, actually. Let's check our voltage real quick. Make sure we're not totally out of whack. Get our 5 volt in here. Rudy, your thing has voltages, right? Like, it shows you the voltages on the different rails, right? 3, 2, 1. Got chime. Oh, you got to turn on your voltmeter, John. 4.96. Look at that. That is nice. Okay. 11.97. Good. Hello, John. All right. Oof, this screen is a little tired. That's full brightness. Yeah, it has real-time meters and LEDs. That is fun. So yeah, what the heck was that? That chassis totally fooled us. If we're looking here, it's all the juice there. All the juice over here. It's not there. So it's all inside the case and all on that, but the chassis is basically fine. It's caramel, lick it. I don't know. I don't know why it would have puddled in that one spot. All right. Well, now we're booting. Yeah. All right. Let's check this. Let's boot up our original hard drive that's here. So the woman I bought it from said that this was her ex-husband's, which is kind of funny. She also said he might have more computers in the basement, that she hasn't gotten that far yet. So I'm hoping this is a good connection I have. All right, 3, 2, 1. Oh, wait a minute. Let's put this on. There we go. Okay, 3, 2, 1. All right, hard drive is not spinning. Let's just give it a little love tap. Hey, Mac 84. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it almost wanted to go. Bumping it. We're bopping it. Come on, you little hard drive, you. Nope. No, I should have had this on my table at VCF East, and then we could have shocked it back into place. Let's see. Should we rip out the hard drive and give it a better love tap and see if it'll spin up then? So, at VCF East, I haven't talked much about it yet, Steve. I was in the new room, which is room E. This screw is loose. This must have been an upgraded hard drive. Room E at VCF East with Mac 84 and Mike and who's the famous guy? Who's that famous guy that we know? Well, I guess Mac 84 is kind of a famous guy too. Sean, Action Retro, yes. So they all had a table, and then it was me along, like they had a big L shape, and then I was along one wall next to them, and it was supposed to be me and III DIY, but America is a fascist hellground, so he didn't come down. And then on the other side of the room was the generic cable guys, and they have an epic display. If you haven't seen the generic cable guys, their setup is wild. They have, the big thing that they have is like the Weather Star, but it's all kinds of stuff from cable TV stuff. And so they have stuff about splitters, what's it called? The scramblers that they used to put on. And so there was all kinds of fun stuff that they have. And Steve says the Papa Breaker guys. Yeah, so one of the issues that we had at VCF East was that the power kept dying. So I think by Saturday morning, we had gotten like 10 power outages, which almost destroyed a monitor that I had. But we adjusted it and it was okay. So yeah, we had power outages, we had table collapses. It was a whole thing. All right, let's try this again. It wants to go. No, it doesn't. Oh well. That's sad. So this hard drive will not spin up. So let's talk about VCF East now. So I could rip those caps off, but let's hold off on that. Oh, before we switch over to VCF East talk, I got a Performa, or what is it, LC550. This is the logic board. It's very dirty, but look what happens over here in this corner. It gets kind of shiny. So we got caps there, but I have not ripped the battery off yet. So let's do that real quick. Let's check the battery voltage because we got to do that. So part of the reason I wanted to do this was to get this battery out. So now I'll have those boards, everything ready to ultrasonically clean. This will be nice. This board actually came with a 16 meg stick. That's kind of nice. But what's our voltage? Do we have any voltage on the battery? This looks like a replacement one. Oh, it's dead. Dead. It's dead. Oh well. So yeah, that's that. So we're gonna have a couple of boards to clean up. One moment as I grab this other one again. Over here, board. There we go. All right, so I'll do this off camera, save you all some effort. I'll get the caps ripped off of these two. And Saturday the 17th or something like that, whatever, not this weekend, but the following weekend, we'll recap these things and see if they power on. So yeah. Oh, thank you, John. I'm okay. I'm knee deep in blue scuzzy. Speaking of blue scuzzy, I had this at my exhibit. which is an Erlenmeyer 1-liter Erlenmeyer flask full of caps. And I had a little sign-up sheet that if you guessed how many caps are in this Erlenmeyer flask, you could win a blue SCSI. So there are 1,274 caps in here. The winner came within 14, I think it was. So that was pretty awesome. Got his blue SCSI, went away with that. So that was cool. Another thing, I'd bought a Sony Mavica recently, and the guy gave me all these floppy disks with it and holders. And so I don't know how many holders I had, maybe 20 holders, and I flopped my stickers on them. This is the last holder I have left out of all the holders that I had at my table. No, Tom, your guess of 420.69 was not successful. So yeah, let's talk about that. So if you want to see my table in action, go check out the short that I posted earlier this week. Let me show you what happened to the table. So the generic cable guys had a webcam set up, and they graciously shared their video with me, or a clip. And I can't hear this audio, so if this is really loud, I apologize. So here we go. Here's the video of my table collapsing. So that was fun. So I was actually somebody that I happened to know. He bought a Power Mac G4 off me a long time ago. He happened to be walking by and he picked this up to look at it. And at that very moment, the table collapsed. Could you imagine this collapsing with the table and all of these caps and this glass shattering all over the place? So I feel really fortunate that he was actually there at that particular moment. This would have made such a freaking mess. And so on that table, we had the, what did we have? We had my 486 and we had the Abomination. And so everything survived. Steve came by, and here's Steve's video after we got everything set back up physically, and we were about to turn stuff back on. So there I am. That's the Abomination.
John, you have to make a remark before you switch it on.
200 logic board hanging out of it, and it's connected to that Commodore 64 AV board on there.
Okay, power's on.
Get behind you.
3, 2, 1. Power's on. Just a second.
I don't have the audio hooked up right for the Power Mac 6200 series.
Screen turn on.
Or LC Prop 4.
Don't pick it.
The chime would have been audible.
You got some tip cushion in
It did just a little.
Yeah.
There we go.
I don't have the tool to fix
The
it.
adjustments were way out of whack there.
It survived.
I didn't have adjustment tools. So,
What do you have to say about it,
yeah, that
John?
was my excitement.
Thank you, computer gods.
Built to withstand a
These
Godzilla
tables
attack.
are old tables, and they did not have locks. So we set up zip tie locks after that. So I don't know how in this day and age you can have. They must have been from olden days. So some of the best things about VCF East is I left with 2 fewer monitors and 3 fewer printers. So I got rid of a lot of stuff at VCF East, and this is all the stuff I came home with. So let's start with this. So Ian Scott was there, and he had a very cool old camera that he was taking like old Polaroid kind of pictures of. So there's me talking to Sloopy Malibu. I'm holding my Mavica. You can see the LC2 capture. There's some Goku in there playing off the DVD player. So yeah, that these were cool. He gave us a couple of these. Retro Fox and Kooky Fox were walking around. Retro Fox, here's another one with me and Sloopy. I guess Sloopy and I were hanging out a lot. So he had a little like printout, like somewhat modern cam. So that was fun. And then I only walked around like twice. I barely got to talk to Justin D. Morgan. He was very busy at his table. I was relatively busy at my table, but I walked around twice. One of the times I stopped by Paul Rickard's table. He has some really incredible plotter stuff. And so following him on social medias, I think he's on Blue Sky and Mastodon. Really amazing plotter art. This is like nothing. Like the one thing that he was printing out while I was there was like the size of the BigBadBench. And so his art is just incredible. And he gave this to me. I was super stoked about that. This is very cool. The DOS Fox is a children's dinosaur instant camera with thermal paper. Yeah, it was very cute. Hey, Bacchus, how's it going? I mentioned I saw Justin D. Morgan. Not enough of Justin D. Morgan. He had a really excellent display. Gave me a couple of pins. This is very fun. I bought it on Regret Bay, Wheel of Regrets, and a sticker with his trademark hat, computerized start, show. So that was cool. And Steve gave me a Feelin' Scuzzy mouse pad. Make sure to check these out. What's Steve's web address? I know mac84.net, but I don't know if his store links to that or not. But you can get these epic mouse pads, and you can get this as a t-shirt too. Mac84.net. The store is in there? Oh, okay. Cool. And then the last thing, I think this is the last thing I came home from with, Dan, shit, what the heck's Dan's name? Dan's, web, oh my gosh. Oh, I'm having a brain fart. Oh, Userlandia, thank you. Dan from Userlandia, had these, this is for a PS2 Model 80. If you have a 5 1/4 device that you want to mount in the vertical slot in your Model 80. And he printed one of these out for me. And I'm really thankful for this because I want to really spruce up my PS2 Model 80. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So yeah, that was a fun time. I really liked being in room E. It's way quieter than the other rooms. But the power issues were really, really annoying, and I'm kind of happy that nothing broke. I know the generic cable guys, their setup is so intense. They have so many things, and I can't imagine having power issues going into that. It just must just freak the heck out of it. What else? I'm sure I'm forgetting a lot from VCF East. Steve gave me some more pictures and stuff, and I have my own pictures that I took from my Mavica, but I haven't had a chance to download them yet. Yeah, so I don't know. I just want to thank Steve for being so nice. He's just such a super nice dude. He's one of the like highlights of ever going to shows like that. Just happy person, and you know, he's nicer in person than he even comes across online. And so it was good to hang out with him. Ian Scott is just another wonderful person. Got to hang out with him a little bit. Oh yeah, I also went to the Bell Labs facility, which is kind of, I don't know, they shoot a little bit of Severance there, or at least the building is based off of it. And so I got to see that building. That was very cool. What else? I got to see a talk from Burger Becky. She's freaking awesome. One of the greatest computer game programmers in history. Really great talk. And what else? I don't know. I think that was it. Oh yeah, I also did come home with another Pico Gus from Ian. So that was, I now have 2 Pico geese ready to go into systems. So I think that's all for today. I have a big drive tomorrow. I have like an 8.5-hour drive, and that's why I'm not going to have a stream on Saturday. So I'm going to be away. So I got to go get ready and pack. Oh yeah, Burger Becky's on all the social medias, or on Blue Sky, and I think she's also on Mastodon. But if you don't know who she is, you got to check her out. Just classic, epic programmer. Let's plug all the websites. Gutbomb's website, Trina's website. Trina sells the thing that we need for this too. So you definitely want to check out Trina's web store and jcm-1.com. So yeah, we'll be back at it in a couple of weeks, or a week and plus, to work on these guys. And I think that's going to be all for today, because I got to go pack and do some other stuff. Yeah, let's do Justin D. Morgan's website too. Let's do them all the sites. If I'm streaming, I might be soldering wrong. No, what are you talking about? We always stream, we always solder properly here at the Big Bad Bench. We never mess up soldering at the Big Bad Bench. It's Trina streaming tonight at 6. Justin D. Morgan will be streaming later. I think he's got to finish up talking about his VCF East experience. And so you don't want to miss that. All right. Have a lovely week, you all. Thank you so much for... oh, Francois just says hi. We're just finishing up now, Trina. I'm sorry. Or Francois, thanks for stopping by. This sort of worked. Have a lovely week, y'all. And remember, like we say here at the Big Bad Bench, if you're a Trumper, go F yourself.